Nosey Road is the venue, and it seems an age since we were here, doesn't it? It's about 7 weeks, as they say. 17th of September, the last game here against Castleford. Today's team being led out by matchday mascot, who is Daniel Mills. Daniel, 7 years of age, out there with captain Bobby Golding. Possibly doubtful for today with a touch of flu, but he's out there leading his troops. Daniel Mills there, 7 years of age, attends Thatcher Heath Primary School. His hobbies are going to the Toll Bar Beavers and also doing word search puzzles. His favourite players are Kieran Cunningham and Bobby Golding. He's got good connections here. His dad Gary and his mum Joyce both work here. Joyce has worked here for about 18 years, so big day for this young fella. Anyway, I'll just go through the Saints side for you this afternoon. Steve Prescott at full-back, Joey Hayes, Scott Gibbs, Paul Loughlin and Anthony Sullivan at the three-quarters, Carl Hammond and Bobby Golding the half-back pairing, Adam Fogarty, Kieran Cunningham and Bernard Dwyer in the front row, Ian Peckervance, Via Matautia and Chris Joyt the back three, Phil Waring, Andy Haig, Chris Morley and Andy Northey are the substitutes. The Halifax outfit for this evening: Mike Yamanga, John Bentley, John Schuster, Asa Ramone and Freddie Twilangi are the three-quarters, with Grant Anderson and Wayne Parker the half-back pairing, Carl Harrison, Paul Rowley, Wayne Jackson the front row, Carl Gillespie, Mark Perrott, Simon Baldwin the back three, with Carl Briggs, Paul Heighton, Mike Slicker and Martin Kettridge on the bench. Both sides having good midweek wins. Halifax at Warrington and Saints in the capital at London. And thanks for joining us on this very crisp afternoon. My name's Ron Hoof, you're with Micron Video. I've got Daryl McCauley with me this afternoon. As I said, Daryl, both had good midweek wins, and it's always a good match here at Nosey Road. And I wonder if they spotted the delivery mistake. We're not on Sky.
Well, that makes a nice change. It'd be nice for an even bigger change if you're going to get the first league win since 1963. We've been getting closer in the last couple of seasons. Scott Gibbs scored that very late try off an unfortunate ricochet last season when Halifax down to 12 men. A 16-16 draw the year before, and a controversial penalty that allowed that 16 draw by the same referees we've got this afternoon. David Campbell himself, I believe, a former St Helens player. Not that I'm reading anything into that, Ronnie.
I'm sure it'd be totally impartial, Daryl, but they're the matchday mascot for today. Daniel Mills just drifting off. Saints kick off. Halifax will have possession.
And it's the first touch for Ferretti Twilangi, Western Samoan, nicknamed Freddie. First name's easy, it's the second name he should have had a nickname for, I think. Another one of these Western Samoans with a silent N before the G. Harrison back in, making his return, trying to one of the big men up front. Very lightweight pack out for Halifax on Wednesday night. Beefed up with Harrison, and a lot expected of the Halifax captain. Perhaps John Bentley on his return as well, as Paul Rowley's brought down centre field 2 metres from the halfway line. On the fifth tackle, it'll go back to Parker for the kick. Pressure put on Parker. He's on the far side, had the sun in his eyes, but didn't want it bounce up kindly for him, Ronnie.
Yes, it did, Daniel, and it's always awkward with this high sun over to our left, just at the back of this popular side stand. You don't half get the sun down there, and Hayes took it well. It's on to Gibbs, out injured from the clash midweek as Fogarty breaks through, Loughlin with him, Sullivan's on his outside, oh, and Sullivan's in! What a start for the Saints! 1 minute and 10 seconds as the Saints move it upfield, and Sullivan finishes off in this top left-hand corner. A great start for the Saints, no more than we can expect. Hayes took it well from the kick out, the kick downfield. He moved it across field. Gibbs did the spade work. Gibbs took it up. He slipped it to the left. It went to Fogarty, the ex-Halifax forward. Fogarty in at number 8 this afternoon with the injured Perellini. He made the headway. Loughlin linked up with him, got the ball, drew the defence in, slipped it to Sullivan, and Sullivan was in for his 10th of the season. Magnificent start.
Well, it's reminiscent of last season when Saints raced into an early lead and Halifax managed to come back. But then again, it's also reminiscent of the once or twice we've had 50 or 60 points put up as here. I hope that won't be the result this afternoon. That's a superb kick from Golding. And Halifax shocked in the opening minutes. But a big pat on the back to Adam Fogarty, who did a lot of work there to put St Helens in the position for scoring.
Yes, he certainly did, Darryl. And you never know. I mean, as you say, it could be a cricket score, it could be a very tight game. All will be unfolded in the next 80 minutes or so. Saints show what they can do, and obviously Steve Sims and his coaching staff will get the messages down to the ground level, letting the team know that the tackling's got to be tightened up. Only the first minute, but we'll see how it goes. Directly into touch, well, not directly, bounced in field, scrum down, Saints feed. Bobby Golding, who was doubtful for this afternoon's game, touch of flu. But these players, they don't like being on the sidelines, do they? Joey Hayes comes in. Limited touches in the capital midweek. And Saints build up again. Chris Joynt, who had a stormer of a game down at Harlequins early in the week, now in possession. Bernard Dwyer just taking that ball up. Halifax forced to defend. David Campbell gets his team against the Halifax side, back on side, and Fogarty powers through. Saints move it right, Golding, Matautia brushes through the tacklers, room on the right hand side, but he's brought down just short of the 20. Last one of this set of 6. Golding out to Prescott, back to Golding, he can't take it, but the ball's come back. Halifax have possession, well covered there by Halifax.
Well, that win for Halifax in midweek was gained on a big defensive effort, but so far Saints are just running through the Halifax defence at will. And it really is a shaky start for Halifax. They're going back towards halfway with Baldwin. 3 men all over Baldwin, conceding the penalty. Parker takes it quickly, but he's having to go on his own. There's no support for him. Still looking for men is Wayne Parker. Nobody accepting the invitation for the pass. Bentley. Now hopefully over the hamstring injury which forced him out of England's World Cup campaign. Anderson to Wayne Jackson, straightening up in the middle of the park. Got it on his left. Halifax 30 metres out from the Saints post. Harrison drops it out the back to Anderson. He gets it away one-handed to Parker. Support from Umanga, the fullback. Long way to go for the corner. Turns it back inside to Gillespie. An instant reply from Halifax. It wasn't the high-speed stuff, it was built on the support play. And Umanga, who was man of the match for Halifax in that victory at Warrington on Wednesday night, sets Carl Gillespie up, drawing the Saints defence across, and turn it back inside to Carl Gillespie for his 3rd try of the season. Pull the score back to 6-4, and surely Schuster will get this one under the post. Well, after a difficult opening 5 minutes, Halifax have done well to get themselves back on the scoreboard. And that down to just basic backing up, which it looked as though they were lacking when Parker took the ball to himself from the penalty. Golding kicks off to the bottom corner. It's an awkward bounce. Tuilagi got his foot to it. Tried to stop it with his foot. It went underneath, so St Helens will get the possession, and they're going to put all the pressure on the Halifax line again.
Yes, they certainly are, and we've started off like house on fire, haven't we, Darryl? Bonfire night today, and the fireworks will be down on the pitch, won't they? Steve Prescott feeds it to Ian Pickervance. The Pickervance drives through the Halifax defence, takes it up to the 20. Cunningham at dummy half. He brings it blindside. Chris Joynt runs out wide. Joynt nearly scooted through his man. Sullivan was on his outside, finally brought down. Golding running the angles, brings Bernard Dwyer in, and Dwyer is 8 metres short. The score's all tied, 6 points apiece. Tightly contested game, early minutes yet. Hammond, Matautier on the opposite diagonal. Matautier again. Oh, lovely work. Joint has the ball knocked out of his hand, and it's come back to a Halifax player. But Joyter was on his way there, Darrell, but good tackling by the Halifax.
Well, it should have been a try. Halifax tackling not been too good so far, but it was good on their own line under pressure there. Harrison put under pressure as Saints tried to keep Halifax close to their own post. Jackson driving away from the Halifax line. Parker finding a gap through the middle. Wayne Parker having to go on his own. Yes, Rowley's got there for the support. I think it was a desperate pass by Parker. It would have been better perhaps to pass it a little bit earlier. Rowley did well to get there. So another chance at the other end of the field immediately after St Helens dropped the ball, Ronnie.
Yes, certainly is 100-mile-an-hour stuff, isn't it? I mean, Rowley's no slouch, is he? But Parker went through there like a dose of salts, and Rowley was there. He couldn't take the ball. Maybe an awkward pass. Touching with his fingertips. Fogarty came up with the possession. Saints are back in possession. We've had 8 minutes, approaching 9 minutes of play gone, and it's 6 points apiece. Pickavance gets the ball away to Hammond. Hammond up short of the 20. Centre field. Cunningham at dummy half. He moves it right. Fogarty there, playing out of his skin against his former team. Last one of the sequence. It's moved to the right. Golding. Lofted ball. Taken well by Gibbs. Oh, he's just a metre short on the sixth tackle. Turnover right in the opposite corner. Saints have got to move up and hopefully contain Halifax in that area.
Well, it's getting now so they're expecting something every time that each side gets a set of six. St Helens going close again with their set. Halifax trying to get back down towards halfway, using the big men. Jackson, now Harrison. Fogarty tracking Harrison all the way with Hammond. Rowley from acting half. Hammond just a shirt around the collar. The fifth tackle. Halifax still in their own half. Look to Parker for the kick. This time finding the space behind Hayes, but he hasn't got the power for it to go towards the touchline.
Yes, Parker. I don't know whether I said before when Parker broke through. I don't know whether I said Jackson, but it was Parker that made that big gap, and Rowley couldn't take it. Anyway, Saints have the possession in their own 20. Prescott trying to break out. He does so. He slips it to Sullivan. Sullivan has to double back. John Bentley was tracking him, and a good competition there on the wing. Sullivan and Bentley both played for their respective countries. Chris Joint comes. Bentley comes in with a little bit of a high tackle. Joint looks at him. Just takes his number, and no doubt he'll watch for him coming through a little later. Saints in possession. Halifax moving up quickly. They settle down after the initial shock. Fogarty again. Saints only making 20-odd metres or so in their set of six. It's with Golding, and he puts it downfield, looking for touch, and finds touch. Does he? No, it's still in the field of play. Oh, it's been played in, and Halifax come away with it. It looks as though it was going to roll in, double, and then Umanga played it, was it?
Well, that could have been a bad mistake by Umanga if the ball had come off his foot the wrong way. I would have thought any fullback would have left it and see if it had gone over the dead ball line. It looked very close from where we're stood. But Umanga playing a dangerous game and getting away with it from behind his own line. Back with the big men, Wayne Jackson. It comes out the back. Halifax will keep the momentum going, but only until Grant Anderson drops it. Well, scores on the doors usually settle sides down, but it doesn't appear to be doing so this afternoon, Ronnie.
Well, an unforced error. He was looking where the ball was going, wasn't he, before he'd actually got hold of it. Common fault, I suppose. They should be getting the hang of it, as you say. I mean, we're up here, we're not so bad, but cold fingers down on the pitch. Pitch looking in excellent condition. And obviously it's going to be a four-pointer today, Darrell, isn't it, with Halifax in third position, Saints in fourth position, only 2 points separating the sides. As Saints come up with possession from the scrum, a set of six to see what they can do. Carl Hammond, ably tackled there. Schuster, one of the men in. But Scott Gibbs, up to the Halifax 20, 6 points apiece. Cunningham changes direction, gives it to Bernard Dwyer. Two Thato Heath lads there. Cunningham again, he brings it left, creates a little bit of space. Fogarty, he straightens up. Scored a kick-through try at London from a similar distance on Wednesday. Now it's Bobby Golding. Saints bring it left. Hammond chips it through. It's loose. Halifax come up with it. Hammond tried to slot it through, but Halifax were well up to it and they have the possession.
I think one thing against Saints there was Goulding going on his own. Left him without a playmaker on the last tackle. But Saints having plenty of chances near that Halifax line. Halifax trying to bring it away now with Schuster. Scored a superb try last season, did Schuster, from halfway to bring Halifax back into this game. Fifth tackle, looking to Parker again for the kick. Parker away from Cunningham, and he's aiming again down towards that little bit of sunlight that's in that far corner, but Prescott covers it comfortably.
Yes, Prescott comes away with it, over the 20. Well tackled on the far side. Saints have to get back as quick as they can, as Joey Hayes trying to go through. Rowley, the ex-Lee player, it's obviously Steve Sims, brought to Halifax after his short spell at Lee. Bernard Dwyer's lost possession. Scrum down, Halifax feed. As I was saying, Daniel, it's going to be a 4-pointer, 2 points separating the sides in the table. With the old pie eaters getting beat on Friday, and certainly open it up a little bit, we hope.
Well, I think Halifax need the win to stay in to keep themselves in contention, and St Helens needing the win to put themselves back into contention. It's still a big ask to catch the pie eaters, of course. They had an off night on Friday and beating a team that plays them after a defeat. We beat them last season, and look what they did to us 3 days later. But we'll let them worry about their problems. We've got ours this afternoon. And St Helens almost had there as Carl Gillespie went towards the Saints quarter line, rolling from acting half, looking for the gap. Takes it on 14 metres. Halifax almost smelling the St Helens whitewash. Numbers over here. Wrong man perhaps in the position there, Carl Harrison. But Paul Loughlin was offside. Right on the spot, David Campbell. You can't say enough about a good referee, Ronnie. So I'm not going to say any more about this one.
Well, he did let it go, Darrell. He did look over. Loughlin was encroaching a little bit. He let play go to see if Halifax obviously could score the try. Then he pegged the Saints for offside. He was right on that occasion, irrespective of what he said. Saints play Keighley next Saturday, the Regal Trophy, and next Sunday, obviously without a game. It is Memorial Sunday, and we've been trying to get some black armbands, but obviously there's none to be got in the Northwest. They've all been bought up by the Wiggerers, who lost 22 points to 11 at Leeds. I thought Leeds played out of the skin, but there we go. And Schuster, he's a jewel in the crown, this fella, isn't he? He can kick him from anywhere, Darrell.
Well, he can. He can also miss him. He's been known to kick him from the touchline and miss him from fairly easy angles. This one shouldn't be too difficult. There's no wind to contend with. And it's a chance for Schuster to put Halifax into the lead. He's judged it perfectly. It goes through the middle. And after that terrific start by Saints, looked as though they were going to run right all over Halifax. It's Halifax that have come up with the lead courtesy of that penalty by Schuster. And no mistake this time for Umanga from the kick-off back to the quarter line. Twilange up in centre field from his wing. Well, he's scored some tries in the Alliance side since his conversion from the Western Samoa Rugby Union team. And I think he must hold some sort of record. The Halifax winger, he scored his first professional rugby league try after only 37 seconds in the game. Baldwin getting through, looking round, perhaps trying to unload to Amone. Saints defence doing enough to clamp the ball. Anderson to Bentley. Bentley out to Amone. There's plenty of strength as Amone, the Tongan. A real League of Nations side, this Halifax team. There's no Abia Kuku, he's out injured, the Nigerian. That's a tremendous kick. Pressure on that St Helens line. I think Prescott went up with it, but Joey Hayes has come up with it for St Helens. Little man doing well to get up there to collect the ball for St.
Yes, he did. Prescott and Hayes under a little bit of pressure. And Halifax moving up in an offside position and rightly pegged, and as you say, the referee right on top of his game today, and a little bit of help from the popular side faithful below us. Quite a decent crowd assembled here today. Obviously a lot of Saints spectators that couldn't make the trip to the capital midweek after a good win, 50 points to 34. They want to see how the Saints fare. Both sides with tough games, and Fogarty now with the possession. Midway between the halfway and the Halifax 20. Hammond in pick of Vance, looking to get well out the back door. He does so to Kieran Cunningham, but the Halifax cover quickly in. Pick of Vance attacked in half. Straightens up, drives into the Halifax 20, turns round, looking for support. Nobody with him. He looks in disgust, but the Saints have to build up again. Loughlin, and to Sullivan. Yes, Sullivan's in. Well, Halifax caught napping there. Sullivan in for his second after 19 minutes, and to be quite honest, that looks as though it came out of nothing. Sullivan in for his second of the afternoon.
Saints have one or two academy lads, Halifax have one or two up and coming in. It's nice to see them breaking through into the first team.
Well, it is nice, and it's nice to see the coaches giving him the chance. And here's one that has got the chance and took it with both hands, Joey Hayes, with the injury to Alan Hunt. Alan Hunt's here today with his wife, and new addition to the Hunt family. We wish them all the well, and we wish Alan a speedy recovery. Also injured is Sonny Nicholl and Dean Busby. But Saints have the possession, in the lead now by 10 points to 8. Bobby Golding just couldn't convert it. Halifax moving up quickly, and Hayden on for Bentley after 20 minutes. Fogarty drives it up. Last one of the sequence. 10 metres short of the halfway. Parker broke quickly. Golding chips it through. It's on the last tackle. Golding again. Oh, just knocked forward, but it's all on. It's another set of 6 as Pickermans tries to break out of the tackle. It was Hayden there that knocked it forward. Golding leading the charge up to the Halifax 20. Dwyer a dummy half, and Saints now putting the gas pedal down. Joint looking for the gap. Loughlin and Sullivan on his outside, Pickermans on the inside. Saints move it again. Bernard Dwyer loses his footing, 10 metres short. Saints 10 points to 8 up, looking to add more points. Hammond, Matautier looking for support. Oh, Prescott, I think he was there, but great cover defence by Halifax. The last one of this set of 6. Golding chips it through. Oh, right into the hands of the wingman.
Well, Twilangi was ready to go, but he caught it behind his own line. Halifax looked to get it back into play quickly. Baldwin takes the first drive. Anderson tries to go forward through Fogarty and Joint. Paul Lightning off the wing. Almost up towards halfway. Dwyer all over him. Wayne Jackson pops it up for Rowley. Matautier gets his hand to it. And as Aiton did earlier, it went forward. Matautier knocked it backward, and them's the sort of little things that can win you games in the end, Ronnie.
And it certainly is. Just one pass too many there. He was looking for support. The spoke wasn't quick enough, or near enough was Wayne Jackson's support. And Matautier come away with it. Sullivan now, just short of the halfway. Saints with the tails up, 10 points to 8. 2 tries to 1. But what a game it certainly is. The top of the table clash. 23 minutes gone. Golding out to Pickermans, no wingman, with Sullivan coming back after going over onto the far side. Halifax come into the tackling there. Jackson and Hayton. Carl Hammond draws the defence in, slips it to Matautier. He's brought down midway between the halfway and the Halifax 20. The last one of the sequence, and Golding puts a tester up. Yamanga comes for it. Oh, well taken. Super take by Yamanga. Read it all the way there, Daryl, did he? No problem from this lad.
Well, he was shouting from that one in the moment he set off. and he got up above everybody to take that ball superbly. Twilangi back in the middle again. Dunked unceremoniously by Gibbs and Hammond. Harrison off the short ball, putting his shoulder down, looking for support. Anderson complaining he was obstructed by a Saints player. Wayne Jackson up towards halfway, looking for the gap. Well tackled by Fogarty, the fifth tackle. Just inside the Saints half. Parker from acting half fires it down behind Sullivan. A good touch finder by Parker, putting Saints back to the 10-metre line. But Saints looking dangerous every time they get the ball. Halifax defence has tightened up. There's always that factor with Goldie. You never know what he's going to do. But it's a very, very close score, anybody's game at the moment.
It certainly is, with 15 minutes remaining. Oh, Sullivan just had his ankles tapped. I think it was Schuster that tapped it, and by Jove, Darrell breathes a sigh of relief there, because Sullivan was on his way. Gibbs puts the ball out for Joey Hayes, but it's got into touch on the far side. So Saints obviously varying the angles, varying the play. It'd have been taters there if Sullivan had got through, but Schuster saved the day at this end. It went over to the far side, and it's a scrum down. Halifax feed, the score 10-8 with 15 minutes to go.
Halifax win the scrum just inside the Saints half. Amone straightening up centre field, can he get away? Still trying to shrug off Prescott, pops it up for Umanga. It's 20 metres to go, Pickavance won't catch him, and Umanga's going to go under the post. The Saints players, one or two Saints speckies I think, say Umanga had dropped that ball, but it's all about downward pressure. And again, Halifax come back with the instant reply. And it's an absolutely fantastic game so far.
14 points to 10 it's going to be. Certainly a seesaw game, great game, and one obviously worthy of the top of the table.
Well, there were plenty of Halifax supporters made the midweek trip to Warrington. There's plenty here today. And they must be rubbing their eyes at the scoreboard, I think, seeing Halifax in front. It's not something they've seen here for a long time. They've only won once since 1962, and that was in the Regal Trophy in 1985. When a certain Mal Meninga was playing for St Helens. Parker pops it up for Gillespie. Halifax now throwing it about, trying to set up the moves, looking adventurous. Twilangi again. Well, he's been given a roving role by coach Steve Sims, and he's certainly making use of it. He's turned up all over. David Campbell has a wry smile. Carl Harrison's complaining to the Halifax players. Everybody on this side of the ground saw that one, Ronnie.
Yeah, me and all. I bet you didn't, but it was forward, just overrun him. Parker and Harrison, they work well together, don't they? A good combination. But a forward pass, with Halifax pressing. Joy brings it blindside, onto Bobby Golding, onto Sullivan. Well, Sullivan slows down and he gives the forward pass there. Does he give the forward pass? Well, I'm afraid I didn't see that one, Daniel. I really didn't. He was away like nobody's business. And obviously the popular side faithful tell referee Campbell what they think of him.
Well, I suppose it's to be fully expected that Sullivan might try and exploit this side against Paul Lighton with a speed. It almost worked that time, but David Campbell on the spot again. Parker from acting out, tries to find a way through. Pickavance throws him down eventually. Parker, as ever, looking for support, nobody getting there. Rowley to Anderson, switching the play out to Paul Lighton, who's on his own. Clamped by Sullivan and Fogarty, trying to force him towards that touchline. Anderson to Harrison. Harrison straightens up down the middle. Rowley from acting half. putting doubts in the minds of the St Helens defenders. Anderson throws the dummy, straightens up, 3 metres out from in front of the post. Could be a drop goal. Back to Parker. Parker the chip through, putting the pressure on Hayes. It goes loose behind the line. Well, there was pressure from Perry. It's forcing Saints to drop out under the post. Good play by the Halifax from halfway, and Parker, perfectly angled kick into the Saints in goal area. And Goulding to drop out into the Halifax half. Yamanga, the fullback, gives it to Tuilangi, hungry for work. Falling down at the feet of Bernard Dwyer, but taking Halifax back into St Helens territory. Rowley can't get away from Fogarty, he gets the pass to Amoni, and Amoni will take the ball on another 10 metres. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Another score for Halifax would certainly put them in the driving seat up towards half-time. Parker wrapped up by Joint. Perry trying to break through. Joint and Cunningham doing well to keep hold of him. Parker to Anderson. Anderson with that kick towards Hayes again. Hayes makes a meal of it. And Matautia took that one in an offside position. Of course, it's just impulse that makes you go down on the ball like that. There was a Halifax player there, I think it was Grant Anderson. Matautia picking it up, but this time the kick towards Hayes. Interestingly, he took the ones that when the sun was there, but now it's gone. He had trouble with it.
Instant reaction, as you said there, Darrell, by Matautia, but obviously saved the day because Hayes couldn't take it. It came forward. Halifax would have picked it up. They'd have had another set of 6. Instant reaction, and now Schuster with a penalty. You wouldn't bet against him, would you? It'll give Halifax a 6-point cushion, running at 16 points to 10 with 8 minutes. As you said last season, a seesaw game, or a good win for the Saints in the away match at Halifax after 2 defeats against Doncaster and Warrington. They won by 30 points to 22 in the return match here at Nosey Road. Another tightly contested game, 18-14, and we also met in the Premiership first round, which Saints won. But Halifax in charge today, 16 points to 10. It's going to be after this Schuster goal.
Well, it should be. And it is. It's another 2 points for Halifax. Schuster on great kicking form again, 4 from 5 at Warrington. The other night, that's his 4th of the afternoon so far. With 8 minutes to go to half-time, Yumanga with Tuilangi inside him. I think Tuilangi ought to have some longer subs on at half-time. He's having trouble keeping his feet. Baldwin into opposite number Joint. Fogarty with the assist in the tackle. Halifax still in their own half. Harrison driving up towards halfway. A good run from the Halifax captain. Rowley to Anderson. Perry running out wide, but running into an easy tackle. It looks like Cunningham on that far side. The 5th tackle, back to Parker for the kick. Parker this time opting for the high one. Referee Campbell making sure the Halifax players kept back the 10 yards, and it was no problem for Prescott.
Yes, he took it well, under a lot of pressure. Asa Amoni following him. Now it's with Joey Hayes. Rowley, the second man in there, along with the Baldwin, another man that came from Lee to Thrum Hall with Steve Sims. Now it's Bernard Dwyer looking to release it. Excellent clap tackling. The Saints tackling, they'll have to tighten up. That's what's been letting them down. As Matautia bursts through, pulls his feet, tries to pass round the man. But Halifax do the business. Grant Anderson was there, but it's Saints charging forward. Joint straightens up. Jen loses his footing. He's 10 metres short. The last tackle of the sequence. 16 points to 10, Halifax lead. Saints need to score next. Brought centre field, Goulding, out to Prescott. Prescott gets it away to Hammond. Hammond lofted ball on the far side to Joey Hayes. Hayes into the corner. The referee's given a forward pass. It certainly was a floated pass. And 2 injured players here. One from each side. Not a collision, Donald, did you see that? But the pass, yeah, clearly forward. But that was the idea. It had to be a long cut-out pass. But it went forward to Hayes, and no score.
Well, that's the second or third time that Saints have been near the line. They've made 2 mistakes, and they're struggling at the moment. I think Joint fell awkwardly when he went into the tackle. Wayne Jackson receiving a treatment for Halifax. And it looks like Prescott, under the Halifax post, also suffered an injury. 5 minutes to go to half-time, and Halifax will have breathed a sigh of relief as referee David Campbell signalled the forward pass. The line holds out yet again. Harrison drives forward. Well tackled by Dwyer and Cunningham. Jackson off the short ball. Cunningham there again, the St Helens hooker, to make the tackle. Parker, Anderson to Baldwin. Baldwin with the handoff. He's looking round to pass to somebody. The tenacity of Scott Gibbs bringing Baldwin down. Anderson throws a dummy, steps inside, gets it away to Rowley. Rowley has a chance to work Twilangi, or Amanga it is. Stepping up in support on the wing position. The fifth tackle back to Parker. Hurried kick away by Parker, finding the space behind Joey Hayes. And that's a good set of 6 for Halifax, coming away from their own line and taking Saints all the way back down to their own 20-metre line, Ronnie.
It certainly is after the turnover from that forward pass on the 6th tackle. They've gone, as you can see, 70 metres, 80 metres. And Bobby Golding coming in and closing Parker down as much as he could. Parker got the ball away. Saints come up with possession from the scrum. And Halifax moving up quickly as Pickavans breaks through the tackle. He drives up again as Pickavans. Some speed, this man. Some power. Saints break again. Cunningham. Centre field. Harrison quickly in. Well, the ball reaped out. Touch judge just below us is the man that's given the decision. Carl Harrison there doesn't like it. He's looking over to the touch judge. He was the man that said the ball had been reaped out, and Saints have the penalty, and they restart just outside the Halifax 20. Fogarty. Saints are trailing 16 points to 10. The 3 minutes remaining of this first half. Hammond, Matautier again looking for support. Well, that's knocked back. The ball's still loose. Yamanga comes up with it. Is there a break for Halifax? No. Saints cover defence comes in. But both sides, Darrell, throwing the ball about with gay abandon, as they say.
Well, they are, and Saints, as with Warrington the other night, have had a mountain of possession in the first half. They've had plenty of chances. They've not turned it into points. And Halifax will come away again as Jackson drives forward, gets it to Anderson. Anderson, the pass to Perry. Twilangi screaming for it on that far side. Amori 2. Amanga, Perry again in centre field, now going forward to Rowley. Rowley up to halfway. Good play again by Halifax. Plenty of space on that far side, but St Helens giving them the time to move the ball about. Anderson to Schuster. Schuster bringing Aiton on the inside, away from Fogarty. Another man having trouble with his boot, Paul Aiton, as he slides into the tackle. The 5th one, Parker fires it into touch again and puts St Helens back in their own quarter. So Halifax trying to throw the ball about, but happy to keep St Helens near their own line with 2 minutes left on the clock to half-time, leading 16 points to 10 and looking to hold out till that ultrasound.
Yes, as Golding feeds it, and at half-time I bet the air will be blue in the Saints dressing room. Eric Hughes, he'll be on to the lads. They've not been doing the tackling. They've been allowing Halifax to run with the ball. They've been coming tackling around the legs, but the support from Halifax has been able to get the ball away up top and keep it moving, and that's just not good enough. Halifax are in the lead by 16 points to 10. Good value for the lead. But there'll be things said at half-time as Joint comes again. He gets it away to Sullivan. Sullivan tries to round Heighton. He takes the tackle just inside the Halifax half in the last minute of normal time. Adam Fogarty takes it up. The ideal time for Saints to score and level the scores right at half-time. Prescott chips it through. is it no, beg your, yes, it was Perrott. It just sat into his hands. Halifax have the possession, and they'll no doubt calm it down for the last minute or so.
Well, it seems to me that St Helens are panicking to score. They're pushing the passes that aren't there. Prescott, nothing of a kick really there. Tuilangi support from Aiton. A risky pass. Aiton was under pressure. Parker, Schuster, look for Tuilangi, who dropped onto this right wing. Well, appeals for a forward pass to Harrison. Tuilangi goes for the return. Well tackled by Joint. It had to be a good tackle. It's the last one. Time upon the clock. They'll look for Parker. He'll pop one up in the air. And it's again in towards Joey Hayes. He has Halifax men bearing down on him. He bounces awkwardly. It'll go back towards the 20-metre line. The hooter sounds for the end of the first half. You can probably hear what the St Helens spectators think about the first half, but as you say, Ronnie, Halifax are good for that lead. It looked as though Saints were going to run away with it without trying it as early as the first minute from Anthony Sullivan. Halifax responded, and then Saints took the lead again. Sullivan's had a good game. I thought that he used him more down this side with Aiton, but Halifax have stuck at the task, and they're leading at half-time.
Yes, a great first half display. Join us shortly for the second 40 minutes, which, if it's as exciting as the first, it'll be great, won't it? Half-time here at Nosey Road. St Helens 10, Halifax 16.
Presenting the jersey is okay. Time to have. Right, now here we go. So off we go.
Before we get underway, if I can give a mention to Jamie Moylan. Now, Jamie is the son of Barbara and Martin Moylan that used to have the Bird at Dan pub at the top of Dunriding Lane. You know, the Ring of Bells in the Warrington area, near Dursbury. Now, Jamie had a bad motorcycle accident in Cyprus earlier in the year. He's now back over here at home in Warrington. He's recovering slowly, but we'd like to say hi to Jamie, get better soon, keep off the bikes. Love from Mum, Dad, Shell, Andy, Les, Jed and Adam, also your Nan and Grandad. Best wishes also from Irene and Ruth, and all on the wall there, just in front of the sponsors' boxes where your mum stands, and all that crew, and Uncle Tom Cobley and all on the Micron video. So get well soon, Jamie, and you soon be back here supporting the Saints. We know that's where your heart lies. So best wishes to Jamie Moylan. Here come the Saints now. After the team talk at half-time, trailing by 16 points to 10. The tackling will have to tighten up. The Saints have allowed Halifax to run with the ball, but they've been doing the job. They've been containing the Saints after that early first-minute try that Saints put on them. Both teams coming close on numerous occasions. Going to be a few fireworks this second half, Daryl, I would imagine.
Well, I think Steve Sims will have told Halifax they've not done enough yet, and there's another 40 minutes to go. And St Helens are more than capable of scoring tries from anywhere on the field and coming from behind. Halifax had to do it last season and lost in the dying seconds. But it'll be St Helens will be looking for the early score, I should imagine. But so long as Halifax keep up with the tackling, the longer the game goes on, it might do as it did in the first half and force St Helens into a little bit of a panic.
So Halifax get the game underway. It's essential that the Saints score first in the second half. If they've got to be in with a sniff. 16 points to 10 they trail. Bernard Dwyer has the possession. Number 17 come on at half-time, Darrell, Martin Kettridge. And Saints move it up to the halfway line. advance. Looking for support again. Cunningham was with him. Cunningham breaks quickly from the acting half-back position. Diagonal run comes across for you now. Up to the 20. Last one of the sequence. Hammond a dummy half to Golding. Golding there, closed down. Chips it over the top. Comes for the return ball. Can't take it, and Halifax have the possession.
Well, I don't quite see the thinking behind Steve Sims' substitution for Baldwin, unless Simon Baldwin's second an injury. Kettridge, of course, a very experienced player. Perhaps put on to work in defence. Baldwin a bit more of attacking flair than Martin Kettridge. I don't think he'll mind me saying that. Well, that's a basic mistake by Harrison. He's complaining to David Campbell. But even I saw that one, Ronnie. And Halifax throwing away possession, which they can't afford to do in the opening minutes.
No, they can't, not in that position. They're 30 metres out from their own line. Obviously, Halifax and Park and that, they work together, but that move there just not coming to fruition. Steve Prescott coming over to the wing, has to turn inside. Twilangi there completed the tackle. Joey Hayes comes through again. Twilangi comes in again. He's revelling in this debut here at Nosey Road for Halifax, isn't he? In the senior squad. But out here, as you said at half-time, Donald, certainly not piercing this Halifax defence, but the tackling's been good. Oh, pinpoint pass there to Joint. And Saints moved it down. Somebody pushed the referee out of the way, Donald. And Joint there with the opening score of the second half after 2 minutes. That was a pinpoint pass. I mean, could that have been construed as a forward, Donald? It certainly looked borderline for me. Always there, Joint. Played out of his skin on Wednesday night. Golding with the conversion attempt. It hangs in the breeze. It goes between the sticks. And Saints are back on level terms and 16 points apiece. All tied again, Donald. 16 points apiece. I mean, it's not for me to criticise or anything, but I didn't know whether that little pass certainly looked in forward. But it's on the board, as you say, it's in the papers tomorrow, and it's on the scoreboard today, and you can please yourself. But Saints hit back in good style. Joint there running the angles. Took it well. Golding converted it. Schuster kicks off. And Saints now back to square one. Scott Gibbs. First man in. Kettridge there along with Rowley. Now it's Joey Hayes. Powerful wingman Joey Hayes. Now it's with Fogarty. Ian Pickavant's running well. Obviously fierce competition for places as the ball's reaped out there clearly. Harrison there comes and shakes his head again. He's not happy with it. He's captain for Halifax. He doesn't like it. He shakes his head. Saints have the penalty. Bernard Dwyer, the first man in, drives up to the 20. The Saints now deep, coming running from deep. Fogarty, well taken by Jackson. First man in, and Parker also in at the action. Golding on to Joint again, looking for support. Quick transference of the ball. Saints spread it out. Now it's with Steve Prescott, threading his way through, 10 metres short, right in front of the sticks. Saints play quickly. Cunningham, can he push the defence off? Can he touch down? Well, the try's given. He's given the try. Campbell, the referee Campbell, was right behind the sticks. Our view was a little obstructed, I think, by the poster. But Saints drove it up. They register another try, the second try in the space of 5 minutes in this opening period of the second half. Golding strikes it well. There you are, saved my face. 22 points to 16. And unfortunately for Halifax, they've been under the cosh through 2 tries in 3 minutes from Joint and Cunningham. And now take the lead by 6 after trailing by 6 at the half-time interval.
Carl Harrison's complaining to David Campbell, and I noticed Campbell on his way back after he signalled the try was making some gesture as to the downward motion rule. As you say, the view was obstructed, So we'll have to look at that on the replay to see what happened. It looked as though it actually dropped it, but it'll be on the replay. It'll be clearer on the replay. So perhaps a bit of controversy again with David Campbell.
Well, maybe so. All part and parcel of our game. Harrison going in there and Rowley trying to wrestle Matautia down. Claims for a high tackle, but the initial tackle going off the chest. The ball carrying, now the ball carrying hand. Golding gets it away to Joint. Saints move it left, inside to Loughlin. Inside to Pickerman, I beg your pardon. On to Loughlin. Loughlin forced down just inside the 20. Saints now move it across. Halifax forced on the back foot. Matautia coming through. Slips it up to Hammond. Oh, superb rugby. Just what the Saints spectators want. Golding again. Lofted ball, that's all on. Well, it would have been all on if Saints had come up with it. Umanga clears the danger. The ball was lofted out by Bobby Golding. It touched a Halifax player. He knocked it forward. Saints couldn't capitalise on it. Umanga put the boot to it, put it into touch. But the ball brought back, obviously, for the knock-on by Halifax. Saints head and ball, Golding to feed, 10 metres from the Halifax line, with Saints on the charge again. They have ball possession from the scrum. Loughlin and Hammond exchange passes. The ball's knocked down, it's charged down. What will the referee rule? Well, Joey Hayes comes back, and Joey Hayes scampers away. Hayes on the outside, well taken. Superb rugby from this youngster. Dwyer, he moves it to the left. Saints again, hungry for points. Joint in the clear, just as his ankle's tapped again. Good cover defence by Halifax. Try saving tactics. Hammond, short ball there, the ball loose again. Halifax have the possession. They've withstood the storm, Donald. And what a storm of barrage it's been from the Saints. The ball's loose again. As Fogarty scored, it must be a try. Yes, he's given it. The ball was loose. Obviously, you thought that Fogarty had knocked on, Donald. Did you think he'd got fingertips to it?
No, I think the ball was pulled out of the possession of the Halifax player then. But a couple of tackles before, maybe he didn't spot, but Harrison turned round and appealed for an obstruction, and I think quite rightly it a Saints player stood in his way. And I think on that occasion Carl Harrison was right.
Bobby Golding converts it. Obviously, as you say, another talking point, Donald. The last two tries may be controversial, but the points are on the board for the Saints. And he started off well, did David Campbell. And as you said, a controversial game when he was refereeing last year, but they're always up for stick, aren't they, the old man in the middle, whether they're right or wrong, they're wrong with the spectator. Well, the ball, has he gone touching goal? Scrum down, Halifax feed, and pressure now on the Saints, as Halifax will get the ball in the Saints 20 for the first time in this second period, Donald.
Oh, we said Saints needed the first try, and they've got the first three. Well, strange is Campbell signal that Halifax should have possession. Of course, Golding should put it in. But Saints now with the advantage. And I've seen so many times before they started to get the upper hand and run riot now, Ronnie.
Yeah, I thought he'd give Halifax feed. I thought he'd pointed that way. But Saints keep it going now. Scott Gibbs the dummy. Brings Joey Hayes in on the inside. Rowley's there along with one of the tacklers, along with Asa Amoni. Cunningham, Golding along the line. Halifax down to 12 men. One man injured in the Saints half. Pickerman, Loughlin gives the dummy. Comes back inside. He's still striding through. Oh, lovely ball to Hammond. And Hammond touches down behind the sticks. The Saints spectators obviously come alive, but no question about that try, even though the previous two. But obviously if you have two tries given against you It knocks the stuffing out of your side, and whereas it could have been no so tight, Saints, as you said, Daniel, are running away with it now. Live wire scrum half, but it's Golding looking for his fourth of the second half. Slots it between the sticks. Another 6 points to the Saints. Now 34 points to 16. But Saints kept the ball alive there, moved it over. Now with substitute Carl Briggs on for Parker. Briggs, a good stand in there, but can he keep the impetus up, Donald?
It's not a case of keeping it up. I think it's getting it back again, Ronnie. It's reminiscent of what happened to Halifax at Headingley this before the World Cup when they were leading 27-10 at half-time. And they couldn't reply to 50 Leeds points in the second half. And at the moment, there's still a long way to go for either side, but at the moment it's looking as though it could be a repeat of that for Halifax.
Yeah, 13 minutes have gone of the second half. Saints, as Darrell said, had to come up with the first try, or as far as Saints spectators and Saints team was concerned, they had to come up with the first score. They've come up with 4 without Halifax replying. Scott Gibbs just into the Halifax half. Hammond, the try scorer, moves it to the left. Now it's with Joint. Joint straightens up. The defence is firm there. Rowley again gets through a hell of a lot of tackling, does Rowley. It's on the last tackle. Golding puts a tester. A tester for Yamanga. Shouldn't be any problem. Oh, superb take. Takes it well under pressure. Halifax have the possession, but it's a long way to the Saints line, Donald.
Well, it is, and without Wayne Parker, it's going to be difficult for Halifax to get there without a main playmaker. Briggs will probably take over that role. But all Saints have to do is tackle. 18 points to the good. And Halifax, for all their efforts, trying to get out of defence, are finding it difficult. Rowley's looking for a gap. He's tackled by Gibbs. Halifax still in their own half on the 5th tackle, back to Kettridge. Kettridge is a kicker, perhaps in the way of Briggs. Manages to clear the line, but only down to Prescott on the St Helens quarter line.
And Saints nearly getting a little bottled up there. Steve Prescott with Joey Hayes, but he managed to scamper away. He's brought down just short of the halfway line. 34 points to 16. Saints in the lead, 25 minutes of the game left. Pickervance turns in the tackle. He drives again. Oh, he's up to the twin. Oh, Pickervance, what a try! What a superb effort! Brilliant try from this second row man. And the crowd erupt, and rightly so. A superb effort. He must have run 40-odd metres, pushing the tacklers off at will. And Golding again there, he'll have no problem. Strikes it between the uprights. Another 6 points to the Saints. And Saints bring up the 40. 40 points to 16. Well, they couldn't control Pickervance there. The tackling seems to have dropped off. Obviously, those 2 tries, those controversial tries, Darrell, have caused a lot of concern in the Halifax side.
Well, they will do now. I said at the beginning, Steve Sims will have told them the work's not done and there's another 40 minutes. And it looks like it's going to be a very long 40 minutes for Halifax.
Northey has come on as a replacement for Scott Gibbs. And Cunningham breaks again, brings it over to the right, tries to give a short ball, which if Jointed had taken it would have been forward. He overrun it altogether there. And now it will be a Halifax feed at the scrum. The referee points to it. But say it's just making the first substitution, as I said, Northey for Gibbs after 55 minutes.
Well, Northey for Gibbs in a bad swap. Halifax get a touch of the ball, but Anderson can do nothing with it. Halifax just inside their own half. Briggs to Gillespie. Gillespie trying to break away through, gets over halfway. It's Northey that did enough to bring him down. Harrison running off the short ball into Fogarty. Anderson to Kettridge. Kettridge going forward, turns it back inside to Anderson. Anderson with Briggs in support. Briggs looks for the gap, throws out a wild pass, which Harrison puts to ground. Well, Carl Harrison on his return after injury. He's not having a happy afternoon, the Halifax captain. And that'll only serve to compound his frustration, that knock-on. And I've seen this once or twice before. Carl Harrison starts losing his cool a bit in situations like this.
He has, Darrell, there's no danger about that. Clearly visible, lost his composure, just a couple of things going the wrong way. And he was just remonstrating with Fogarty there when Fogarty and Matautia came in for the tackle. It's just things obviously aren't going Halifax way. And the captain, he's the leader, and he's got to try and rally his side and get them going. We noticed that on Friday night when Sean Edwards, his bottom lip was going. Oh, Sullivan breaks through! Oh, there's no hold in the Saints, is there? Sullivan in for his third. That's his third hat-trick of the season. 19 minutes of this second half gone. And Sullivan with a new lease of life this season. As we approach the Super League, he certainly found a new confidence as he goes in for his third try of the afternoon, his 12th of the season. He's also scored 3 in the World Cup for Wales. But Saints have hit back in superb style with 6 tries in the opening 20 minutes. And what a conversion, what a superb conversion. 6 out of 6 in this second half from Golding. Saints now 46, Halifax 16. Adam Fogarty comes off and Chris Morley goes on. So Fogarty got through a shed full of work. 30-point cushion for the Saints, and obviously that builds the Saints' confidence up. Well, it doesn't need much confidence when you're 30 points ahead, but you've got to keep going. Saints often lacking that killer instinct. They get a good lead and then they seem to ease back on it, but no matter who you're playing, top of the table, bottom of the table, you've got to keep going, keep charging forward. And a little flare up there, Carl Harrison involved. Referee right in on the job. Harrison's going to be spoken to, and he's reaching for his pocket. He's giving the red card. I was waffling away there, Daddle, and to be quite honest, I did not see the incident. Was it a sending off offence in your opinion?
It was very ironic, and I think it just sums up what I've been saying about Carl Harrison losing his cool. He's been arguing with the referee, he's been getting frustrated, and for a captain to be sent off, it's a bigger blow. They've already lost Wayne Parker as the playing leader, and now they've lost the team leader in Carl Harrison, and there's just no way back for Halifax. It's an absolute disaster is the second half.
But Saints now in possession, in a commanding lead, 46-16, Dwyer again, shrugging the tacklers off, brought down short of the 20. Halifax with down to 12 men as Cunningham tries to go on his own. The ball will have to be spread, Halifax will have to be stretched at every available opportunity. Hammond feeds Matautia, he couldn't take it. Halifax breathed a sigh of relief, and Umanga's off on a run. Big run from this Western Samoan, but it's a big ask now, Darrell, isn't it?
Very big. Halifax. All Halifax have to do was control St Helens and control the ball. They had the 6-point cushion at half-time, but it's gone sadly wrong. I mean, sometimes the 12 men play better than the 13, but as they did last season here when Halifax were reduced at one point to 11 men. But to claw back 30 points in less than 20 minutes against a Saints side that's running red hot, I think it's far too much to ask. Halifax in the St Helens half for once. It's the 5th tackle. Briggs will put the kick up, and even the kick's not falling the right way. Halifax managed to get it back. Aiton against Sullivan, and I can't really see Aiton having the speed to go around Anthony Sullivan. Good play by Briggs, playing football, putting pressure on Prescott and almost forcing him into touch. And Halifax have actually seen the other end of the field for once.
Yeah, it's only on about the second or third occasion, and Saints nearly made a hash of it there. It was on the sixth saddle, Halifax kept it going. They're in their own 20. 12-man Halifax pressing up. And unfortunately, as they're a one-man down, they've got to try and press up. They caught quickly. Saints break quickly. Andy Northey down the wing. 10 metres inside the Halifax half. Hayes a dummy half. Inside to Golden. He'll take charge now. Good ball to Cunningham. Cunningham sidesteps. Matautia's there. Matautia pushes up. And Matautia is under the sticks. And Golden's elated. Cunningham's delighted. And Matautia scores the try. Matautia registers the Saints' 7th try in this second 40. He's 7th of the season. He's also scored 3 for Western Samoa. And the Saints opened up there. No, they took it on a good diagonal run. Took the tackle 10 metres inside the Saints half. Hayes a dummy half. He turned it inside. Golden took charge. Support from the running Saints players. Another 6 points for the Saints as they break the 50 yet again in successive matches. Golden pops it over. 52 points to 16. 7 out of 7 in the second half. A conversion to the Sullivan try in the first half. The opening try, he missed Sullivan's other conversion, or the conversion to Sullivan's other try. But 52 points to 16. Still quarter of an hour. And just to contradict me, as I said before, Saints are certainly keeping the impetus on, driving forward. The ball bounces in the field of play right in front of Bernard Dwyer. Be a scrum down. Saints feed deep in their own 20, and Halifax bringing on another substitution. Mike Slicker coming on to replace the injured John Schuster, and yet another one of your main men there, Darryl, unfortunately having to go off the field.
Well, it's just going from bad to worse for Halifax. Schuster, I think, a cut around the eye, must have taken the boot as he went into tackle, although that's being favourable, because there's not many of these Halifax players tackling in the second half. As they walk back to halfway there, they will have seen the supporters leaving for the exit, and I think there's one or two of these Halifax players wishing they could go with them.
Yes, maybe so, the old Wigan walk, as we call it down here. But Saints now still running with a purpose. Chris Joint tries to pass round the man, he does, he slips it to Sullivan, and Sullivan comes in for his fourth. But Joint again, running strong, hard and true, slipped the ball round the man. And certainly an exhibition of rugby this afternoon from the Saints.
And the try scorer for the Saints, number 5, Anthony Sullivan.
Sullivan in for his fourth. Added insult to injury. Golding tags the extras. Another 6 points to the Saints. 58-16. Still 12 minutes remaining. Obviously no way back for the Thrum Haulers. Joint took it well, knocked it back. Well, he can't give a knock on. Oh, the man gives a knock on for that. It's beyond my comprehension when he was facing his own sticks and he knocked it back. But he's given the benefit of the doubt. Halifax have scrum possession.
Perhaps David Campbell's feeling a bit sorry for Halifax. He looked to go backwards, but I don't think there's any need for the booing from the St Helens supporters. They've seen enough this afternoon. And Halifax again come up with the error, a forward pass. It's Wayne Jackson's taken over the argument with the referee from Carl Harrison. Saints looking to make another substitution. It's Metalti that's coming off. And Andy Eagle's going on to replace him. And Saints off again with Prescott. Up quickly, playing the ball. Hayes going from acting half up towards halfway. Perritt struggling with him to wrap him up. Hayes plays it to himself. Well, he didn't actually put it on the floor. He touched it with his foot and continued. So Halifax will get the penalty, which Carl Briggs puts into touch in a hurry. Halifax will get 6 more tackles, and just to keep the ball for 6 tackles would be quite an achievement for Halifax in this second half without making a mistake. Slicker within 10 metres of the St Helens line, 10 minutes to go. 48 points to St Helens in the second half, unanswered by Halifax. They may have a chance now, but they're going to find it difficult with 12 men. Rowley to Kettridge, driving in under the post, unable to make much ground. St Helens defenders moving out. Rowley from acting half, a long pass might create something. Tweelanger will go around Joey Hayes. Well, Hayes the victim of the slippery surface on that occasion, allowing Tweelanger to try on his debut. It's not going to help Halifax's cause much. But Tweelanger, one of the men that's come out of this game with some respect for Halifax, he's been all over the field, especially in that first half, looking for work.
Saints to kick off, as you said. Golding's come off and Phil Worthing has come on for the last 8 minutes or so.
Well, the competition over is Golding. They could probably take Golding off and not bother putting anybody on. Rowley looks for a way out of defence.
And this is our substitution, just gone for the 7 Bobby Goulding.
Halifax looking perhaps to put some respectability into the score later on as Jackson drives forward for Halifax. Briggs, the playmaker in the absence of Parker too. Mick Slicker, another one of the lads coming up from the academy side. His father, of course, the coach of the Halifax academy side. Amone forced back by 3 Saints defenders. Perritt and Hammond sportingly patting each other on the head there. Rowley brings Tweelanger on the inside. Good step from Tweelanger. Looks round for support. He wants to get up and play it quickly. The 5th tackle. Briggs acting half to Jackson. Halifax look to move it out. Anderson to Gillespie. Gillespie to Paul Heighton. Paul Heighton step round Sullivan. Heighton down the touchline, trying to get it back inside. It'll be a 5th tackle. Well, Halifax having the ball perhaps long enough to feel comfortable in passing it about, and there's a mistake which will give Halifax a penalty. Sullivan not playing it correctly, so another chance for Halifax with 6 tackles. Long ball out, Perritt juggling with it, manages to knock it backwards. Amone pushes off the first tackler, gets it out to Tweelanger, but Tweelanger not expecting it. Ball goes sailing past him and into touch. Halifax just perhaps now the last 5 minutes throwing caution to the wind. Tweelanger may have been in for his second there had he taken the pass from Amone, but Saints with a possession again.
It's good wing partnership this, Amone and Umangi, certainly working well. He pushed the defence off, tried to pass round the man, and unfortunately couldn't take it. But Saints win possession from the scrum. Paul Loughlin coming in to a diagonal. Carl Hammond pass, he unloads to Bernard Dwyer. Out now to Pickavance. Pickavance off again. Jigging, bobbing and weaving. Turns it inside. Cunningham, joint. Inside pass again. Sullivan looking for his 5th. Turns it inside to Chris Morley. Saints moving downfield, and good tackling by Halifax on the far side. Force Morley into touch, but Saints come 40, 50 metres downfield. Weather the storm. Halifax head and feed again. Just inside their own 20. 5 minutes remaining, 58 points to 20 to score.
Well, it's going to be another sombre dressing room as Halifax concede a big score in the second half, as they did at Headingley. Carl Harrison will be up before the disciplinary committee. They'll probably look at the video evidence. That's a good pass from Briggs inside to Gillespie, but it's a good tackle on Gillespie. Just short of halfway, Halifax look to play it quickly. Wayne Jackson. Again, another good tackle. Jackson trying to put his shoulder down. Injured himself in that tackle. Anderson puts the kick forward, trying to put Hayes under pressure. Hayes driven back behind his own line. Good pressure from the Halifax winger. It was a good kick by Anderson. Perhaps sensing with his slippery conditions that given half a chance to Alangi would take Hayes back over the over his own try line. He'll force St Helens to drop out in front of what's left of the few Halifax spectators. Now down to 11 men. Halifax with Jackson receiving treatment just inside the St Helens half. Umanga, the Halifax fullback, will take it back from the dropout and makes it back to 28 metres from the St Helens try line. Rowley to Anderson, short ball to Slicker. Into three Saints defenders, gets over the 20-metre line. Jackson's back in play, but he's limping to Ilangi again, trying to go through. Good ball back inside, appeals for the high tackle, which David Campbell said it was round the shoulder. Long ball to Kettridge, Kettridge out to Gillespie. Good tackle by Loughlin, surprisingly. Not seen much of Paul Loughlin this afternoon. Usually scores plenty of points against Halifax, perhaps reaching the veteran stage now, Paul Loughlin. But I don't think he'll mind considering the margin of St Helens' victory. Halifax close to the St Helens line, with Slicker brought down a metre away on the last tackle. 3 minutes to go, Saints with possession again.
Yes, they tried to keep it going. It was on the sixth tackle. Tried to release it. Saints did come up with possession. The referee ruled the changeover, the turnover. And it's now Chris Morley moving over to the left, trying to round the man. Sullivan was on his outside, but Morley perilously close to that touchline again. Sullivan comes in at the acting half. He breaks through. 4 on the sheet this afternoon. 3 minutes to go. Dwyer now, centre field. Dwyer looking for support. Phil Waring was with him. Good Halifax cover on that occasion. Now Saints it again. Hammond in a big hole, chips it now. Oh, well taken there. Good cover defence by Carl Briggs. Hammond scrags him. Halifax have possession. Briggs, Umanga at the acting half-back. He's forced down, he's well contained. The Thrumallers contained at their end of the ground. Up to Tuilangi, lively competitor, taken down by Northey. 3 tacklers in. 38 minutes gone of the second period, 58 points to 20 to score. Halifax only registering 1 try by Tuilangi in the 30th minute of this second half. Down to 12 men, we must stress, from midway through the second period when Carl Harrison was sent off. And to keep it going to Halifax now. Briggs up centre field, last one of the sequence. Grant Anderson puts it down this wing. Prescott'll chase it, plays it. Rowley comes to meet him. Prescott sidesteps, past 3, moves it over to the left. Step Prescott down the middle. He's still driving down, up to the halfway line. 30-metre burst from Steve Prescott there. Out to Joint. Lofted ball to Loughlin, turns it back inside. Well, yes, it looked, I was going to say it looked forward, Daniel. I thought the referee was playing on, but obviously he'd stopped the play with the movement going over to Loughlin and Sullivan. But time dying out in the last minute now. 58-20, Halifax head and ball.
Perhaps the last set of 6 Halifax players, I'm sure, waiting for the hooter to blow. Although they'll have to face Steve Sims in the dressing room. The full-time whistle, Umanga pops it up for Rowley. Rowley Anderson in support decided to go on his own. He's managed to get it away eventually to Gillespie. Halifax throw caution to the wind. Briggs to Anderson. Anderson looking back inside with two men to his left-hand side. Briggs unable to get the pass away. Nobody close enough. Adventurous play by Halifax, but all too late. Gillespie to Slicker. Slicker looking to get it away. The outer sound. Another dismal performance for Halifax. It looked as though they were going to be hammered after the first minute the way St Helens opened. They put some respectability and they got themselves into the lead at half-time. But as I said at the beginning of this half, Ronnie, there was 40 minutes to go, and it was all St Helens in the second 40 minutes. The two controversial tries might have affected Halifax in the second half, but taking nothing away for St Helens. When they run it up, they're really hot.
Yes, you're certainly right there, Darryl. Thanks for those comments. But you're right there, two controversial tries, which certainly makes heads drop. But trailing at half-time by 16 points to 10, then they opened the scoring in the second half. A bombardment of tries, and the final score here at Nosey Road is St Helens 58, Halifax 20.